Hi guys, today we are driving the Honda WRV. It is the much awaited new car from Honda and the most important and crucial sort of launch from Honda cars this year. It will rival the likes of the Maruti Vitara, Brezza, and of course the Etios Cross, i20 Active and some of the other cars. It is a compact crossover and sits below the BRV, just under 4 meters. Styling wise, as you can see, the front is completely different from the Jazz. Really good looking. Massive chrome rich grille, LED DRLs, really nicely made front bumper. It is a busy looking car, but the front end is nicely integrated with the sort of off road elements they put in. Well, nicely designed and one of the better looking cars from Honda. And so has a lot of presence, and we think looks much better than some of its direct rivals. Let's move to the side. Again, it's got the roof rails, cladding, plus the alloys also look quite good. Adds to the stance, and I think overall styling is nicely done. The rear, again, you can see the Jazz sort of styling thing going on. You can see that's based on the Jazz a bit from the rear, but they have done enough to differentiate it. The rear tail lamps are new, the bumpers are new. So overall, nice design. There are six colors, and this color looks particularly nice. Sort of goes well with the car. So now we have had a good look at the exteriors. Let's take a look inside the WRV. That's the interiors of the WRV. This is the top spec petrol manual. The top end cars get sort of silver and black, while the other variants get black and blue. This is the new design. So a lot of sort of borrowed bits from Jazz, as you might expect. The design is typically Honda, well laid out, and quality is good. And in terms of features, they put in a whole lot of stuff from the new city also. The big talking point here, the 17.7 centimeter touchscreen infotainment system. It's got everything: navigation, mirror link, Wi-Fi support, rear camera display. It's got everything, lots of features. Other than and plus, curiously, the diesel, which is not this car, gets cruise control, start stop, and a smart key. The petrol does not get. The reason being that Honda originally wanted just to launch the diesel, but due to demand of petrol cars being more, they hurriedly went in and bought a petrol. So the petrol doesn't have a lot of features that the diesel has, but still overall very nicely equipped. Big talking point is the sunroof, first in class. Other than that, nice interior, well laid out. A big plus has always been the space. It's really practical also. Lots of practical bits there. Storage space is nice. Let's take a look at the amount of space inside. There's a rear seat space, again, hugely spacious. A lot more than some of its rivals. Really comfortable here. Three can sit easily, and knee room, leg room is really good. Headroom is good, just like a Jazz. They have carved out a nice amount of space inside. So overall, the WRV is a very nice family car, but also really nice compact crossover. The petrol gets a new 5-speed manual. The diesel gets a 6-speed manual. There is no automatic option because Honda says there is not much demand, and they say that CVT with the 1.2 petrol will not be much of a sporty drive with this car because the WRV is slightly heavier than the Jazz. So overall, we just driven the petrol. It's a good car. It drives pretty well. It's quite efficient also, but I think it depends on the price. I think we hope Honda prices it aggressively. So if they do that, then they certainly have a winner. Amongst its direct rivals, we think it's certainly one of the best considering the looks, the features, the space, practicality. It covers everything. The big question is, of course, when you have cars like the Vitara, Brezza, some of the other compact SUVs, they are doing really well. The big question is, how will it compete with that? I think the WRV has space, features, and looks in its sort of plus points. So I think if Honda prices it not that much more expensive than the Jazz, I think they have a big winner with them.